Module 1, Why We Plan. Why we plan. First of all, it is important to understand that planning, specifically updating the county's comprehensive plan and its zoning ordinance on a regular basis, is a legislative requirement in the state code. This requirement is covered in Section 9 of the state code for counties and Section 22 of the state code for municipalities. Secondly, the comprehensive plan is the basis for local land use related decisions. The comprehensive plan is intended to be a guiding document for policy decisions at the local government level. The comprehensive plan is also intended to assist local governments to plan for changing regional conditions into the future. The comprehensive plan is a forward-looking document, and as such tries to anticipate how changes in the greater region will impact New Castle County in the future. The comprehensive plan is also intended to be a guide for both residents and developers. Future decisions relating to land use, growth, and new development should be aligned with the county's comprehensive plan. And finally, the comprehensive plan can help a local government such as New Castle County identify and qualify for grants, programs, and aid from the state and federal government. When local governments like New Castle County apply for grants or programs at the state or federal level, oftentimes it helps to be able to cite specific areas of your comprehensive plan that align with your overall goals. Planning context. It is important to understand where New Castle County and other local governments fit into the big picture of our federal and state government system. First, all laws in the United States flow from the U.S. Constitution at any level of government. Secondly, the state constitution outlines the basic governmental structure and operation of the state. Third, the state code outlines the state's general laws, authorizes county and municipal planning, and specifies the framework for planning in the state. Fourth, county ordinances and the county code represent local law in the county. These laws are relatively permanent and often include a penalty for violation. Some examples of county ordinances are the county's zoning ordinance and its building code. These laws are the foundation for the power to enact planning policy and zoning in the county. And finally, resolutions enacted by the county government generally do not have the force of law. Some examples of resolutions are proclamations made on various issues and rules of procedure. Planning in the Delaware Code. It is important to note that the ability to plan and zone is granted to counties in the Delaware State Code under Title IX of the Code. Title IX outlines planning and zoning regulations for each county. The state's role in planning is partially outlined in Title 29 of the State Code. Title 29 grants the state the responsibility of reviewing and certifying plans. Title 29 also grants the state the role of overseeing the Preliminary Land Use Service Review, or the PLUS review system in Delaware. PLUS will be outlined in more detail in Module 2, Planning Partners. Required plan elements. The required plan elements for New Castle County's comprehensive plan are outlined in the Delaware State Code, Title IX, Chapter 26, Section 2656. The required elements as stated in this section of the state code are as follows. A future land use plan. This section contains the map or series of maps that have the force of law. An element covering mobility, which is consistent with the approved area-wide transportation plan. A water and sewer element correlated to the principles and guidelines for future land use. A conservation element for the conservation, use, and protection of natural resources in the area. Recreation and open space. Housing, intergovernmental coordination, community design, historic preservation, and economic development. It may also include other elements as well, as noted on the last bullet on this slide. Zoning in the comprehensive plan. The comprehensive plan is a guide for decisions related to land use. Zoning is directly impacted by the changes made in a comprehensive plan, especially the future land use map. New Castle County is unique in that only the map or series of maps have the force of law based on legal court precedent. While the text of a comprehensive plan for most municipalities in Delaware does have the force of law, the text within New Castle County's comprehensive plan does not have the force of law. However, the text within the plan does set forth county policy, and the county is likely to use these policies, goals, recommendations, and action items as a guide for future growth. The zoning map on this slide is the zoning map from the county's 2012 comprehensive plan, and is intended to give a general perspective of zoning in the county. This completes Module 1.